There are days when I just want to escape my own mind, thoughts spinning endlessly, sadness sitting quietly, saying nothing, yet refusing to leave. I tried everything: music, long walks, distractions, but all of it only numbed me, never truly soothed me. Then one day, I listened to a talk by Zen Master Minh, a Vietnamese Buddhist teacher. The title was simple: Learning How to Handle Emotional Turmoil. But the message was profound. It wasn't theory. It felt like a gentle hand on my back saying, "Stay, breathe. You don't have to run." Since then, I've started learning how to be with myself, and today, I'd like to share that journey with you, one breath at a time. 1. Recognizing suffering. It's not what happens, but how we react. Zen Master Minh said, most of our suffering doesn't come from the world around us, but from our expectations, attachments, and comparisons. I used to blame others for hurting me. I'd think, if only they understood me, if only they treated me better. But I didn't realize that I was locking myself in the prison of my own expectations. Zen Master said, when we stop demanding that life follow our desires, we suffer less. That sentence struck me. For the first time, I began stepping back, watching my mind when pain arose, and I saw clearly. Suffering often came from one thing: wanting what I didn't have. 2. Returning to the present. Only this moment is alive. I lived so much in the past, regretting what was lost, and I worried constantly about the future, fearing what hadn't even happened. Zen Master reminded us, the present moment is the only door to peace. So I began a simple practice. Sit, place a hand on my belly, feel the breath go in, go out. And sometimes, just doing that, I cried, because it had been so long since I truly showed up for myself. The past is gone, the future isn't here yet, and I was living in places that didn't even exist. No wonder I was tired. Now I know. Every time I return to the now, I'm rescuing myself from being lost. 3. Don't run from your emotions. Listen to them like a friend. I used to think, if you're sad, cheer up. If you're anxious, stay positive. But the more I forced myself to stay strong, the more empty I felt inside. Zen Master said, emotions are not the enemy. They're messengers. They want to be heard. I remember the first time I sat down and whispered to myself, there is sadness in me. No judgment, no resistance. I simply let that sadness breathe. And surprisingly, when I stopped fearing my emotions, they stopped controlling me. Emotions are like waves. If you resist, they'll drown you. But if you float, you'll see they come and go. I'm learning to hold my emotions like a crying child who just needs to be held, gently and with care. 4. A practice for holding difficult emotions. 4 simple steps. Zen Master Minh shared a gentle method for dealing with emotional pain. 1. Acknowledge. There is fear in me. I feel anger. 2. Breathe with it. Soft, slow breaths. Stay in your body. 3. Name it kindly. Use gentle words. No judgment. 4. Embrace it like a child. be the calm presence you needed when you were small. I practiced this not as a way to fix myself quickly, but to simply be present with what I was feeling. And slowly, something shifted. Not that the pain disappeared, but it softened, like the surface of a lake settling after a storm. 5. Breath. A doorway. Back to myself. Before, I was breathing all the time, but I didn't know I was breathing. I rushed through each day as if I had to carry the whole world on my back. Zen Master said, when we return to our breath, we return to life. So I began stopping throughout the day. When I wash the dishes, I breathe. When I drive, I breathe. When I feel overwhelmed, I come back to the breath. And I realized the breath is the most peaceful home, always here, waiting for me to return. 6. Gratitude. When you stop wanting so much. One day, I looked up at the sky. It wasn't anything special, but for some reason, I felt thankful just to be alive. In the past, I only saw what was missing. Now, I try to notice what's still here. A roof above, a warm meal, a kind friend, or simply the ability to breathe. Zen Master said, gratitude doesn't erase suffering, but it makes it smaller. And I found that to be true. When gratitude enters, suffering starts to loosen its grip, like smoke fading into the wind. I no longer try to get rid of sadness like I used to. I don't need it to disappear. I just want to be with it, and when it's there, when anger arises, I pause and breathe with it. When loneliness visits, I sit and listen, and somehow that presence is what brings relief. Not escape, but staying. If today you're in pain, please don't force yourself to be happy. Just know this: you're not alone. You can start with something simple. Sit quietly, take one deep breath, and whisper to yourself, I'm here now with this pain. I'm not running anymore. And that is the beginning of something beautiful. If this reflection brought you a moment of calm, share it with someone who might be hurting too. And if you'd like to keep walking this path of gentle wisdom, subscribe for more mindful episodes like this. May your day be peaceful and your heart light enough to stay grounded in the middle of it all.